Good afternoon, folks. Hi, Phil McPhail here with United Country Lifestyle Properties of Maine. Have you been looking for a place to build a home or a getaway cottage in the coastal part of Maine, but you can't find a lot that meets your needs, or it just looks to be too much hassle to develop? Well, come along with me today. We're going to check out a 5-acre lot 5.9 miles from here. And actually, we're at the Tidal Falls Preserve here in the town of Hancock. That's Sullivan across the bay, and that's where we're heading next. This is a 8-acre preserve here that's done by the Frenchman's Bay Conservancy. Beautiful place, observation, to watch the tides come and go here. So every 12 hours, the falls are going to reverse, and you'll see them more right before and after the tides. But right now, it's an incoming tide, and you can see the water's traveling this way. You come back here in 6 hours or so, it's going to be going the other direction. So let's take that ride. We got 5.9 more miles to head over and look at this property I got for sale in the town of Sullivan. We've arrived over here at 39 Farm Edge Road in the town of Sullivan. And as you can see, we've got paved road frontage here. We've got communication line, high-speed internet. We've got electric power run, paved road. However, this is a private road, so the town doesn't maintain it. There is an association that does kick in $300 per year to maintain this road. And it's semi-informal, but there is an association here. So follow me down. We're going to go down the driveway. I'm going to show you some of the other improvements that have been made here. If you've been putting off building because you don't want to do all the extra work that's needed to get a lot ready, well, most of it is done here already. We've got a couple hundred feet of driveway that comes in and turns to a potential building site. But as you can see on the other side of my pickup, we've got electric power, and we've got the internet cable already brought in here. So that's on site already. Come around this side over here, the end of the driveway, there is a shipping container here, folks, but that's not going to convey with the property. That will most likely be out of here. We're in the middle of mud season right now, so as soon as it dries up a little more, I'm sure the owners will come get that. But over here, another big deal. This is a really nice well. There's a drilled well here, put in by a local contractor in the city, from the city of Ellsworth. This well is 321 feet, I think, if I remember correctly, feet deep. And at the time of drilling, it was putting out 50 gallons of water per minute. So you will never have a problem. You want to put a swimming pool in here, you can fill it off that. You could probably fill a small pond off that with that kind of water flow. And then as we come around this side over here, you'll see the driveway turns and continues. And this is an area that the current owners were at one time planning to build their home. You'll see some of the trees have been cut down. They started excavating an area where the basement might go. You don't have to use that spot. The well is here, depending on where you wanted to go. And I'm going to show you some other possibilities as we look at this land. But there is a 2-bedroom septic design done just the other side of that clearing. And we have that paperwork is on file if you want to see what that would entail to construct that particular system. So we're going to walk down here now. Stick around, folks, because a little later on this video, we're going to see a beautiful trout stream that forms the eastern boundary of this property. We're over here on the other side, the downhill side from the building site up here. And I want to point a couple things out. This is where the benchmark, if you come in here and you're looking and I'm not here with you, be looking for this red maple. There's a nail set in a tree here with a ribbon, orange ribbon attached to it. And then coming down this hill, you'll see 4 grade stakes. One here, one there, one over there, and one right next to that dead maple right there. And that's the 4 corners of the leach field that is shown on the design plan. This doesn't have to stay here. As a matter of fact, this plan is over 2 years old, so it would have to be updated. But at the very least, you know you can get something done here. There is a ridge of land that runs from the current proposed building site down towards Flander Stream that we're going to look at a little later. And it will cost a lot more money to get a driveway there. There's a fair amount of work that's already been done here with over 200 feet of driveway run. But if you wanted to be close to the stream, so we can hear it right here, actually, pretty good. But if you got down, you can build within 75 feet of that stream. There's a beautiful knoll. We'll look at that later. So let's take a walk down through the woods now. We're going to go down and check out the stream. And while we're on the way, we'll talk about the location. Before we go down to the stream, I want to tell you a little bit about this location. We're located in the town of Sullivan, and Sullivan was incorporated in 1789. It's a very old town here in the northern end of Hancock County, and it was actually named after the local war hero from the Revolutionary War, Daniel Sullivan. This town used to include the towns of Hancock and Lemoyne as well, before those were incorporated later on in the early 1800s. But Sullivan is a very quiet little town. The area around Sullivan is really blessed with a lot of natural features that you won't find in many places in Maine. We've got miles of beautiful coastline here. We've got some exceptionally high hills and small mountains in this area, dozens of lakes and streams, and tens of thousands of acres of conservation lands surrounding this area. The city of Ellsworth is just 13 miles from this property, and Ellsworth is the largest city in Hancock County. It is the county seat. If you want to take a day trip to Bar Harbor, we're just 31 miles to Acadia National Park. The city of Bangor is about 42 miles from here. That's Maine's third largest city. It's a 40-minute ride from this property. The city of Boston is located about 275 miles from here. It's about a 4-hour and 30-minute ride from this property. Along the southern end of this lot, we've got a nice trail that runs down to Flander Stream. And as we wander through here, for those of you who like big trees, I'm telling you what, folks, we got some big white pine in here, some beautiful big maples, spruce and fir mixed through it. This is not a timber lot. It's just a beautiful older growth forest surrounding Flander Stream. So we're going to keep walking down this hill, and there is a bit of a grade. There's no problem with any floodplain here that I can imagine. We're up pretty high on a hill, and actually we are in the middle of mud season in April, the first week of April. Matter of fact, this is April Fool's Day, and you can see the frost is coming out of the ground, but we're able to walk down here without hip boots on. Like I said, you've got this beautiful forest surrounding us here, and we can hear the stream running in the background. And we're going to get, as we get closer to the stream, you're going to see this is the peninsula of land we have a natural drainage here on this side of the trail, on this side of the trail, and then we've got this kind of level peninsula finger of land that comes out from the building site up above. If you wanted to extend a driveway down onto this and clear back here at 75 feet off the stream, you wouldn't hear anything but that stream running at night. It'd be beautiful. So that's an option. If you got a little more money you want to spend, you don't mind improving the lot a little more, bring that driveway in another few hundred feet, and it would really be a pretty special spot. We're going to keep walking. We'll check back in when we get down to the stream. We're down here at Flander Stream, and what a beautiful place this is. We've got some really old growth spruce on both sides of the stream. The stream is the boundary on this property on the east side. We've got 345 feet of frontage along Flander Stream. Flander Stream actually runs out of Flanders Pond, which is a little further north of us here. Runs from the pond down through the town of Sullivan for about 3.7 miles before it enters Flanders Bay into the Atlantic Ocean. So it's a very short little stream. I'm sure there are sea run fish coming up in here. There's no dams impeding their progress. I wouldn't be surprised, because Flanders Pond is known for having some pretty nice brown trout, that maybe a few of them trout have migrated down this stream out to the ocean and are returning as sea run trout. I don't know that for sure, but I'd be surprised if a few haven't done it. Hey, if you know about sea run trout fishing in the state of Maine, share that in the comments with me down below. I've done that in other places around the world, Canada especially. Haven't spent a lot of time hunting for them here in Maine. I do know they're present. Okay, we're down here on the stream at about the midpoint of the property. And this is what I mentioned earlier. I'm going to walk you up here and show this to you. We're about 20 feet off the stream. We're going to walk up this little rise. And I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but right here, the land takes a bit of a bump and it comes up about 8 or 10 feet in elevation. The elevations here run between 40 and 80 feet above sea level. We're well above the ocean level here, but this, right up in here, when you get up to the top of this knoll, the land really levels out. And there's a beautiful flat spot right here We're probably 100 feet from the stream, but you can hear it. It's almost like you're standing next to it from where I'm at. So right here, we've got some older trees that have died. Some here you'd have to cut. There's an oak tree here, a few big spruce, but what a great spot this could be. Maybe if you just wanted a little gazebo down here, come down and sit and listen to the brook, this would be a great spot for it. And that wouldn't take much effort to build. We're over here in the northeast corner of the land now, and you're gonna see this corner stake. And I was able to find all of the original corner stakes, at least as best I can tell from the survey, just to show you how we're gonna present this to you folks. Now, this is not survey grade. However, what we did is we overlaid the survey plan on an aerial photo using some software that we have purchased. And as you can see, we'll geo-reference the utility pole, the drilled well, the benchmark for the septic system. You can see the rough location of the stream here, which comes from USGS topography mapping. It's not perfect. This line is actually where the stream is, where we found it. And we did locate all those pins, and those corner pins are represented by these photo icons on the screen. So we can send this to you. If you would like to see this interactive map, we can send it to you as a digital file. You can open it, you can change different layers, you can look at the conservation easements that are in the area we're going to talk about a little later. You can see a lot of things there that you couldn't see on a static map. So if you're very interested in this property, ask us to send you the digital map file for it. I wanted to tell you folks a little bit about this area. As I mentioned earlier, this area is blessed with so many natural features. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Acadia National Park. It's Maine's most popular park with over 1 million visitors a year coming to Mount Desert Island, to the island part of the park. But what a lot of you probably don't know, and if you do know, put it in the comments if you've been here, but we have the Scudic Point mainland section of Acadia National Park, just 16 miles from us right here in this property. You can be there in less than 20 minutes. Beautiful part of Maine. Not as many people are going to be there. You've got a loop trail around it, so you can see some beautiful seashore there. And if you like boating and you want to keep your boat up here, but you don't want to deal with trying to figure out where you're going to moor it or find a boat slip, the public landing in Sullivan is not well marked, but it's less than a mile from it. It's 3/4 of a mile from the end of the driveway to the public landing. We're going to take you down and show you that a little bit later. That'll give you direct access into Flanders Bay. Bring your boat from here down there, put it in the ocean, and you're good to go. One of the really cool places that is very special to me and my family, a lot of us have spent time there, is the Donnell Pond Public Reserve Land, which is about 14,000 acres of public lands with places like Scudic Mountain, Scudic Beach. Scudic Beach is a beautiful beach. You have to hike into it from a parking area, and it's on Donnell Pond. Beautiful white sand beach. You can get down there and enjoy the day, not have any cars coming by. Very quiet place. Miles and miles of hiking trails. You've got a bunch of different ponds in there. 14,000 acres to explore. It's less than 7 miles from this property. We're over here at the boat landing, which is 3/4 of a mile away from our property here on Farm Edge Road. And right behind me, right there, you can see the top of Cadillac Mountain from this boat landing. This is Flanders Bay behind us. Drop your boat here, go on out, go around the point, boom, you're out in the Atlantic Ocean. Beautiful, kind of a protected cove. It's windy today, but in here it's not too bad. Hey, I want to thank you guys for taking this tour with me on this beautiful property. I do love this work when I get to be on stuff like this all day. So anyway, before we wrap the video up, don't forget, like and share this video and hit that subscription button down below and put on all notifications. Price on this property here in the town of Sullivan at 39 Farm Edge Road is $115,000. The annual taxes here are about $762. We've got 5 acres surveyed, drilled well, driveways in, the electric's in, you set your internet services here. You got a building site prepped, and we got a septic design ready to go. So bring your dream plans for your home, your getaway cottage, make them happen right here in the town of Sullivan. If you need any more information, you can reach out to me at 800-286-6164. Thanks for watching. I wanted to tell you, trying not to sneeze.